Hello, I'm Laura Schweitz, Connectivity Product Manager for Fieldbus. This presentation provides an overview of Turck's industrial Ethernet physical media. We'll cover the basics of cables and connectors used. Ethernet cables are classified in the US by categories, and as you increase in category, you gain speed and frequency bandwidth. Choosing the correct cable for an industrial Ethernet application is largely dependent on the equipment and devices you are connecting to. If you have a switch rated to Cat5e, you'll want the mating cord set, also rated to Cat5e. Choosing cables and connectors rated to a higher category than the devices you're connecting to does not guarantee improved performance and will not increase the speed of the system overall. In the US, Cat5e is the most used category cable for industrial Ethernet applications. The need for higher category cables is increasing in areas such as video and cameras, high-speed data acquisition, or as the backbone of an industrial network. But by far, most sales are still for Cat5e. Category cables can be solid or stranded copper. There can be 2 or 4 pairs, and they can be shielded or unshielded. Turck's industrial Ethernet cables use both an overall foil and overall tinned copper braid to prevent against both RFI and EMI noise interference. Our general recommendation to customers is to use shielded Ethernet whenever possible, with the understanding the appropriate termination to ground is required. Specifying shielded cables can be somewhat of a safeguard to future problems down the road. Consider that additional equipment or devices could be added near the industrial Ethernet installation, or that cabling may need to be rerouted and it's now located near higher voltage cables. It's difficult to predict where noise interference will come from, but we do know that noise interference is abundant in industrial applications. Using shielded Ethernet cables can help minimize that risk. Check out our Industrial Ethernet Field Guide for further details on using shielded Ethernet. When helping our customers choose the appropriate Ethernet cables, it's important to understand the overall construction of industrial Ethernet is very different from commercial Ethernet. Commercial Ethernet typically uses a tube jacket with thinner walls. If you were to hold the cable in your hands, the outside of the cable would appear convoluted and you could feel the individual pairs roll around inside. The strand count is lower, as it is intended only for static installations. The temp range is narrow to accommodate office settings. It is not designed for resistance to chemicals or an outdoor environment, and the approvals are targeted to airspaces, or in some cases are lacking approvals altogether, depending on how low cost you go. And bare copper is also common for commercial Ethernet. To put it simply, industrial Ethernet is the opposite. It should have an extruded jacket which hugs the individual pairs, holding them together and maintaining the twists, while also providing extra thickness to prevent against tears and abrasion. If you were to hold the cable in your hand, the outer jacket would be smooth, not convoluted, and you would not feel the individual pairs move within the jacket. Industrial Ethernet has a higher strand count, which allows for flexing and minimizes opportunity for conductors breaking. Additionally, conductors are tinned to prevent corrosion. Industrial Ethernet has a wider temp range to accommodate indoor and outdoor use, along with resistance to UV, oils, and chemicals. And it has approvals that actually apply to the industrial setting, such as tray ratings, 600-volt ratings, even marine shipboard approvals. So why should this matter to our customers? Because the cables we're referring to as commercial are designed to be installed in static, protected, secure environments. And the environments Turck targets for industrial Ethernet may have flexing or movement, temperature changes, exposure to UV, water, oils, chemicals, weld spatter, amongst other environmental factors. The safety and reliability of that equipment is paramount. Whereas if the cable connecting to your laptop stops working, it is a nuisance, but it doesn't typically shut down production, potentially costing millions of dollars in delay or damage. You don't want your weak link to be the cable you chose to save a few bucks on during the install. Anything we can do to discourage our customers from using commercial-grade cabling is important. Turck takes industrial Ethernet to the next level with our standardization on TPE jacketed cables. This material offers resistance to oils, moisture, ozone, UV, and weld spatter, along with flame and fire retardant properties. If an application requires high flexing, we have stranded cables that can achieve up to 10 million flex cycles. Why does any of this matter? Using Turck's TPE cables allows customers to standardize on just one cable type for an installation instead of multiple different cables. This is both a cost and time-saving benefit to the customer. Because Turck standardizes on this high-quality material, we can be very cost-competitive amongst other industrial Ethernet options. Take advantage of Turck's special pricing team and the ability to offer specially priced quotes for your most competitive opportunities. Now that we understand industrial Ethernet cables, let's look at the connectors. For a full explanation of part descriptions, along with dimensional images, please refer to Turck's Connectivity Catalog B2007. Turck currently offers several different circular connector options for industrial Ethernet. These all work with solid or stranded cables. The 4-pin D-code M12 fits 2 pairs, suitable for Cat5e communication. A part number for the male connector may start with RSCD if it is unshielded, or RSSD if it is shielded. This is followed by a 3- or 4-digit number to indicate the cable used. For the D-code, this cable type number begins with 44 or 42. The 8-pin A-code M12 fits up to 4 pairs and is also suitable for Cat5e communication. A male connector part number would start with either RSC for unshielded or RSS for shielded. The type numbers commonly used with the 8-pin A-code start with an 84. The 8-pin X-code also fits up to 4 pairs and can be used with Cat6a cabling to achieve true 10 gigabit performance. The X-code is only available in a shielded option. An example of a male extension cord part description would be RSSX 860-length, where 860 indicates the specific Cat6a cable. In addition to the M12, Turck also offers the 4-pin M8 shielded for industrial Ethernet. Due to the small size, we have one cable option to use with the shielded M8, and that is cable type 4413. You'll find this connector on our TBNS series of field bus junction blocks, and it is also used for some EtherCAT installations. Lastly, we do offer several varieties of the RJ45. To be clear, this is not an industrial connector, but it is commonly used in protected areas of many automation environments. We offer the RJ45 with solid, stranded, shielded, unshielded, 2-pair, or 4-pair configurations. A few part number examples are noted here, such as the unshielded RJ45, the compact RJ45C, the shielded RJ45S, and the right angle WRJ45E. For customers interested in the right angle version, we do offer it 2 ways, with the tab on the exterior of the connector, designated with an E in the description, and the tab on the interior of the connector, designated with an I in the description. The image of the RJ45 with the large black shroud around it is an example of the IP67 rated RJ45. It uses a bayonet-style locking mechanism to achieve the IP67 rating. What's important to help customers understand is that the M12 and M8 style connectors are designed to be used on machine within the industrial environment. The RJ45 should only be used in a secure, protected environment and ideally within a cabinet or panel. To help customers transition out of a cabinet or panel, Turck offers numerous receptacles and bulkheads for industrial Ethernet. There are various examples shown here, along with examples of the part descriptions that indicate D-code, 8-pin A-code, and 8-pin X-code options. The top row highlights variations with either molded or potted cables on the backside of the female receptacle. The bottom row highlights feed-through styles for both M12 and RJ45 connections. As mentioned before, to see a full explanation of part descriptions, along with dimensional images, please refer to Turck's Connectivity Catalog B2007, available in the MyTurck app, on our website, or through Turck's literature store in Custom Point. You can also check out the in-stock program, Catalog B0026, to see what's included in the Industrial Ethernet stock list. All of the cables and connectors we've just reviewed are designed to work with the various industrial Ethernet protocols. You've likely seen or heard of most of these. What's most important to know, Turck's standard industrial Ethernet product offering works for all. We have cables suitable for Ethernet IP, Modbus TCP, Profinet, and EtherCAT. This slide includes some of the bare minimum cabling requirements for the protocols, but you can also read in greater detail about each of these protocols within our Industrial Ethernet Field Guide, catalog number G1040. Along with providing cables suitable for field bus protocols, Turck also provides industrial Ethernet for hazardous locations, which is unique compared to some of the competition. The minimum specifications for Class 1 Division II environments call for 22-gauge ITC-rated cable, and Turck has both a 2-pair shielded Type 444 and a 4-pair shielded Type 844. Both use the same high-quality TPE material as mentioned earlier, while also meeting the requirements for Class 1 Division II environments. In addition, we have an extreme life industrial Ethernet made using Turck's proprietary EX60 jacket material. Cable type 445 is a 2-pair cable rated for Cat 5 and carries more approvals than we could fit on one slide. Just a few include UL ITC ER direct burial, UL 1309 marine shipboard, ABS certified, FT1 and FT4 flame ratings, and a -60 degrees Celsius cold bend. These cables are covered by Turck's FM control document NI 2.401, available on our website for download. It's worth noting the M12 is approved for use in Class 1 Division II environments, but an RJ45 is not. We can provide extension cords to transition from the M12 to the RJ45, but the RJ45 connection must always be located in the non-hazardous environment. We have a separate guide that highlights these 3 cables, along with part number examples linked here in the presentation, as well as on our website. In addition to our website, Turck has developed the MyTurck app, available on iOS, Android, and the Windows App Store. This is where you can find your most valuable sales tool, the Industrial Ethernet Battle Card. This resource is meant exclusively for Turck reps and distributors, however it is not a customer-facing document. The Battle Card contains the links to all of the resources shown here, which can be shared with customers. It includes our quick guide to Industrial Ethernet, or the far more in-depth field guide. It has the link to our Class 1 Division II Industrial Ethernet cables, information on the in-stock program, as well as competitor and sales information to help you be smarter for our customers. Within the MyTurck app, you can also access catalogs, flyers, announcements, and even other presentations specific to Industrial Ethernet. The app is used by all divisions within Turck USA, including connectivity, field bus, and sensors. It's a great tool to have on your mobile device or work computer. And with that, this concludes the presentation on Industrial Ethernet cables and connectors. Thank you so much for your time.